The Latin Nexus Business Networking Group is a community-driven movement that is dedicated to connecting entrepreneurs, leaders, and visionaries from all walks of life in order to build a better and stronger community for all of us to live, work, and create a future for our families.
Hello, everyone, and this is the first episode of 2026. So I'm super excited to be here in front of all of you once again, and I want to welcome all of you back that are returning to watch this amazing show today. And today I'm super excited to introduce a guest who is doing very powerful work in the space of holistic and wellness and healing. And joining me today will be Jolanta, and she's a holistic wellness and detox specialist, and she also has is the owner of Access Bar. She's a practitioner, and she's right here in Pennsylvania. Jolanta is very passionate, so for those of you that know her in our local area, when you get to talking with her, she inspires you to want to do better for yourself, and she is all about helping people nourish their bodies, relax their minds, recover their energy, and rebuild their focus. So please, everyone, help me welcome Jolanta into our show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. This was beautiful. Such a beautiful introduction. Thank you so much, Jeannie. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. So
Yes,
beautiful.
it's wonderful to have you. I'm super excited. Um, we had the privilege of speaking in person recently, and when you just connect with someone and you're engaged in a conversation, it's like you can talk for hours, right? And you don't even notice. And I feel that when people have conversations with you, that is what is the energy that is felt, right? Like it
Yes,
almost is so
so
comfortable and it's everything is so flowing. And I'm so happy to have you here. I really want the world to see you and meet you. And I know maybe there we have a few listeners that and viewers that are going to be watching today, and this is going to be their first time. So, as we get started, I do want you to share a little bit of who you are and how you got started in the holistic wellness journey.
absolutely. Well, uh, thank you again. Welcome, everyone. I wanted to share a story about how I get to do access bars. So my transformation didn't really begin with inspiration. It's actually begin with loss. So losing someone I love to
Mhm.
colorectal cancer shook me off my off my body, off my legs, and it made me realize something I had never fully seen before. That emotional and physical pain are inseparable. Like you cannot separate that. And if we only treat one side, we miss the root. So for years, I've been working behind the scenes in medical field actually, and I followed doctors' directions, trusting the system, doing everything by the book. But grief has a way of pushing you into deeper questions. So I began to see that so many health issues weren't just medical. They were connected to nourishment, they were connected to trauma, stress, the gut, and the unprocessed emotions we carry in our bodies.
Right.
So when I moved to Poconos, and every day I'm very grateful to be here.
Mhm.
Something inside me whispered, um, like a calling. That's when access bars came into my life. Actually, my friend Beata showed me this modality, and I
Mhm.
felt an immediate yes in my whole body. Uh,
Mhm.
at that time, my greatest motivation was actually my son,
Okay.
who was struggling with depression.
Right.
So, as a mother, um, mother's heart is just knows when something else is possible, and access bars became the first tool that I opened new space for both of us.
Mhm.
And after the first session, I remember like it was today, he just stand up and he smiled. So this was the sign there was a good direction.
Mhm.
And then a year later I learned that gut is our second brain, and it's, and that malnourishment can deepen emotional struggles. And
Mhm.
it's very much connected. The awareness sent me to a completely new path of studying detox, gut health, and proper nutrition. And eventually I found the company that created 100% organic whole food nutrition growth and in regenerative soil. And
Mhm.
so exactly the integrity and the purity I had been searching for.
Right.
And as my healing depended, I felt another nudge to, it's time to teach this, right? So I teach people how to nourish their body, and I also became a facilitator for access bars. So my mission is now expanding. I'm being pulled towards the business, access bars in business, the recovery centers, veterans programs, places where stress, the PTSD, and all kind of emotional problems
Mhm.
and the emotional overload are basically everyday realities for those people. So
Yeah.
bar has the power to create relief and ease and possibilities in places where hope feels very thin.
Very thin.
So yeah, and so this journey were never about the customer actually in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it grew out of love and grief, I
Yeah.
have to say. And so I'm every day grateful to be able to do what I do and work with the beautiful people I'm meeting on my in my journey. So
Yeah. No. You touched a few things. So I ended the year with having people understand how they can plan for the coming in year. And we're starting off with it's crazy because yesterday I met with someone and I've been meeting with a couple of people within the beginning of the year, and we all have some form of grief. And what you touched upon was that if there's certain parts of grief, like there's a lot of little components to it, right, that need to be healed, and sometimes we don't heal it all as a whole. So even though we're thinking that we're moving along and things are getting better, I've been hit with grief, and loss and things like that. And as women, sometimes we are emotional beings, and we try to kind of say, okay, we're okay on the outside, and then the inside is falling apart. And I know all about everything that you're going to touch on, the mitochondria and all of that. And the reason why I know it is because I went on my healing journey as well. So you also are touching on what is bar, which is also both things. That's what it spiked my interest in you, because it's almost like there's so many healing ways of healing, right? And a lot of people just tend to go to one. And I'm going to throw in a disclaimer here, real quick. If you are being seen by a doctor, we're not telling you to go out and not see your doctor. We always recommend tell your doctor everything that you are doing, or everything that you would like to do. Always have your doctor's advice first. Okay, this is just us coming together and bringing in our thoughts and our views. So please always do follow the rules of your doctor. This is just what our thoughts are and views
absolutely.
on everything. So I just want to put that out there really quickly. But yeah, so you said also your son had depression, which we see a lot of young generation also having depression. And I want you to touch on both things. So the first thing you talked about was how we have all these components of we have to deal and heal with so that we can better ourselves. And you said the health starts from within, the gut health. That's the first thing I would like to touch on first, and then we'll go into what is Access Bar and what your son's healing
Yeah,
into that journey.
absolutely. It's a very simple explanation. 100 years ago, all the food was organic. Vegetables grew from the earth, right? We pick up fruit straight from the tree.
Beautiful.
And the farmers actually farm,
Mhm,
and that's the basics, and we had the pure nutrients dense foods.
mhm,
And so we were abundant in no chemicals or preservatives were used to actually to preserve our food. So, and the soil was with all the minerals and everything we need. So right now it's sad to say, but many life, our standard American diet, I would say, it's very depleted from and full of artificial colors, fillers, flavors, sweeteners, hormones. And this is something that is very alarming. That's why we standard American diets are causing a lot of health issues that affects most Americans. We've been called the most overfed and undernourished nation, right? So yeah, we just need to ask ourselves, like, on a daily basis, like, what do I want to put on my plate every morning? And there is few recommendations that I can tell you later. What will be probably the two steps to what to do, but as we talk along. But yeah, so that's as far as what it was before and what it is now and why it's important, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think even with labeling, like even though things are labeled, people are not paying attention to what's on the label. And it's written there in plain, black and white, if we can say, right? But people are not paying attention to what these ingredients are. One of the things that I always would say, if you can grow it and kill it, you can eat it, if you're whether you're vegetarian or you're not, right? So those are simple things. If you understand what's on the label, then you can eat it. But if it's a word or a name that's foreign to you, research it before you consume it. Unfortunately, we don't have that many regulations as far as the food industry is. We wish we did. Maybe there wouldn't be that much illness. So please share with us. So you did say the mitochondria. So explain to people, I know what it is, right? But explain to the viewer what the mitochondria is. What is it when it's a broken one, and how to repair your system?
So mitochondria, it's actually the energy factories inside our cells, right? So literally the tiny power plants that keeps our body alive. So every little, out of 6 billion cells in our body, every little cells has a brain, organs, skin, hormones, like everything has mitochondria. And their jobs is to turn nutrients and oxygen into energy. As humans, we operate based on energy, right? So we need that energy to function better. And so when your mitochondria is strong, you have energy, you have clarity, you can burn fat normally, you recover quicker, and your hormones stay, let's say, balanced, right? But when your mitochondria are weak and stressed, then you feel tired, you have a brain fog, you getting stiff in your joint, in your muscle, your mood drops, you feel puffy and inflamed, and your body struggles with detox. Our liver is such a beautiful organ that it's really detoxifying all that stuff that we eat throughout the day when it's happened during the night. So this is why it's important to sleep good, right? Because during the sleep, we actually repairing, we releasing the weight, right? So why mitochondria get weakened? Let me tell you a little bit about that. And that's where we go into access bars, because the stress lower the mitochondria. So it's emotional and physical stress. Toxins, heavy metals, pesticides, chemicals, this really lower mitochondria, like make it weaken. Poor sleep, sugar, and processed foods. inflammation in the gut, and chronic infections, and I would say the overall nutrient deficiency. So that's what happens. So how do we strengthen mitochondria? We can, number one, eat clean organic superfoods. Power our meals with greens, and add some minerals like chlorella, or add ionic elements. It's very important to remove toxins. So from time to time to do the detox. Of course, reducing sugar, and reducing high quality. Adding proteins, high quality proteins. Add more sleep. And then we're going into how we can release stress. So we can do access bars, right, to release stress, and to feel better, because access bars is such a beautiful example of the quickest way, in my opinion, the quickest way to putting body into relaxation.
So what exactly is access bar? Like,
Yes, absolutely.
people, like, when I first heard you mention access bar, I thought like some form of fitness, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many fitness, bar fitness, and so explain to everyone exactly
Sure, absolutely.
what access bar is and what the process is. Like, that maybe is there a system that people have to follow when they start the access bar?
Mhm.
Can you share on
So,
that?
yeah, absolutely. So there is no contraindication to having access bars. Even people with pacemaker can do it. Even if you're pregnant, children can do it. Youth, adults, anyone. It's the first access bars were run over 30 years ago by the founder Gary Douglas. So you can visit. I strongly recommend to visit accessconsciousness.com. That's the website where you can find me and millions of others practitioners all over the world. So this website have, anywhere you go in the world, you can go to this website and find someone that does bars. So that's interesting. So the bars is the technique itself. It's touching 32 energy points on our head, where by gently touching it, we're releasing a lot of stress, anxiety. We're releasing a lot of thoughts, emotions, and things that our mind is stuck into. So I'm saying stuck into because it's often not us. It's just our mind is creating the stories for us, and keeping us very much busy all day. So definitely access bars is calming your nervous system, boosting your clarity, increasing the ease and joy and balance for you. But the physical tension, I would say, the physical tension and the relaxation and relief stress, that will be the most common effects of after running the bars. And the session may take from 20, 30 to an hour. Some sessions can be longer, about an hour and a half. It depends. It depends on the clients. It depends on what your body needs. Also, as a practitioner, I feel like what your body needs. Like, if I feel like there is a need of staying with you longer, I could access your body for a little bit longer and give you that relief. So
So is this like a pressure points that you're looking for on the head? Is it like acupuncture?
That's exactly, yes. So that there is a meridian points on our heads,
Mhm,
right? And they connected to our emotions,
mhm.
to our feelings, to our joy or stress or fun or grief.
Right,
They connected to our productivity, to our to money even because we have so many we are very much limited in a way that we feel stuck often,
right.
and so it helps you to move on from that point of being stuck
Mhm,
into point of action, right? Many people who has anxiety, they don't want to kind of do that first
right.
step because they're afraid, right? So access bars dissipate that.
Mhm,
It's just like you feel like you, oh, I can do it now,
right.
so that's the most beautiful thing.
Right. So I've seen videos of I don't know what it's called, but it's similar. It's almost like people are, but it's throughout the body. And when I watch these videos, it's almost like they're what they're explaining is that you're storing emotions within different parts of bodies, which is what causes a lot of pain, right? And
Absolutely.
I wish the doctors would actually speak on this a little bit more instead of quickly, doing what they normally do, right? Prescribing something, because I am a product of that. And that's why I also went into the search of how to heal myself naturally. And it was that, like we that are in this world have heard of the body keeps score, and the body does keep score. So whether it's a grief, a loss, or maybe a trauma that was from childhood, sometimes our body will send messages out, right? For
Absolutely.
help, and it's very painful for us, and we're not realizing it, that we need to release these certain stresses within our bodies. So I know that you said you deal mainly with the head and the nerves on the head, which, I try to, my brain, it goes like a mile a minute, right? So I'm seeing you with the portion of the head, and then I see the flexologists, they work with the feet, right?
Mhm.
And it's interesting how our nerve endings on our top of our heads, and you can actually manipulate what is our organs and things like that through these nerve endings from our head and our feet. Can you share a little bit about that? Because this is just me
Absolutely.
throwing stuff out there, because this is the world that I love. I love to read
Absolutely.
natural.
Yes, yes. I have to say that access bars doesn't add access bars. So
Mhm.
I've been trained to do the body parts, right? So
Mhm.
access bars does not end with the head.
Okay.
You touch the feet, the hand, and the head to
Mhm.
move the energy through the body, and
Mhm.
then you sit and actually do the head.
Mhm.
But there is about 60 body processes that access consciousness
Right.
is train you with.
Mhm.
So that 60 body processes are connected to our body parts, to different parts in our body. And I recently went through a 3-day class, a foundation class with access consciousness, where I've learned few processes, body processes, where it gives you tremendous relief with the pain in the body, and it's just by touching a certain areas of your body. So yeah, so how is it connected, because you ask about the feet and the head.
Right.
So on top of access consciousness and access bars, I am also a certified aroma touch practitioner. So what is aroma touch? Each aroma touch uses essential oils,
Mhm.
and we touch the points on the feet of the person's feet to give relief. And as we know, there is about 1,000 different points on our feet which are connected to each organ and body parts, right? So I can exactly feel when the person's getting on my table, you have digestion issue, you have kidney issue, you have a very weak heart,
Mhm.
because when I press it, I can feel it. And also the clients usually confirm, yes, I do. And so, or I make them aware, like, hey, please pay attention into your digestive system, right? Because you can feel it. You can, any practitioner that does the acupressure on the feet knows that that this is very much that you're able to talk to the client about the findings. So
Yeah. No, definitely. I've been researching a little bit, and I can see when they're doing the flexology, and they feel pain in certain areas, and that's allowing them the practitioner to know that they have to work in that area, like almost work it out, right, so that it can relieve stress. And I've seen people even having difficulty sleeping, and then with these triggering points that are being touched and manipulated by hand, right? And they're able to sleep or have better digestion, or even their eyesight. Like I've seen that as well. So it's definitely a wonderful thing. So let me ask you. I know that we talked about what you do for the mitochondria. How do you tie the two? Are they two different businesses that you are like seeing someone? Do you tie them together for your client? How do you go about that?
So absolutely. So I have them both available in my home office. I also work with the local wellness center, with Magnolia Wellness Center, where I'm able to give you a session on the in the wellness center. I also work with a local Casa Madre Counseling Center with Jennifer Rodriguez, where we help clients who struggle mentally to, like I mentioned, access bars is a very quick process. So that's a beautiful beginning of any therapy or any get to way to the client. So since we both doing access bars, it's a very interesting and speedy process to get into clients. So I do it in all these three offices uh, locally. Locally, but I also travel. So I do travel to a groups of people who wants to learn. Like I mentioned, I'm a facilitator, so I teach people. I've already trained, like here in our very close area, 13 people, and so we have 13 practitioners in our area. Please take advantage of that. If you know anyone that does access bars, reach out and book them. Right. Probably somewhere around, but I am the only one facilitator who actually is teaching in the radius of probably maybe 60 miles.
Wow,
So
that's great. You travel.
so yeah, absolutely. And overall, we have around, unfortunately, only 30 registered right now practitioners on the Access Consciousness website in state of Pennsylvania.
Right.
So yeah,
So if
it's
someone is looking to join or learn more about that, they would reach out to you, correct?
absolutely.
And you'll be
I
able
actually I'm having a class this Friday from 9 to 5 p.m. So whoever feel like calling, like, hey, this is what I would like to do, please reach out to me, and I'll be able to teach you. So it's Friday, then the next class is on Saturday this weekend, and then in 2 weeks we have another two classes. It's going to be Saturday and Sunday, either in private residency or in the Casa Madre Counseling Center. It depends on the amount of the people. When we have a bigger group, I would suggest to do. I'll probably change the location into a bigger facility. So I've been traveling all over Pennsylvania to teach people. So I'm very happy about that. So just reach out, and we can do a class anywhere, in your wellness center, in your private office, anywhere.
All right, so towards the ending, we're gonna have you share your information of how people can get in touch with you, and I'll also share it as well with the video and everything like that, so that people can reach out to you if they're interested in taking that course with you. So I'm gonna quickly ask you. You see the weather is gloomy, right? So it is foggy and gloomy over here, and it's crazy because I feel like this is the highest peak and the highest level of depression and stress and anxiety amongst women, amongst young adults, well, everyone really, but I feel like the young adults and the women kind of get hit a little bit harder than the men. The men seem to be a little bit stronger at times, right? But let me ask you, what is it that you're seeing the most of people struggling with right now? Maybe the clients that are coming to see you. What is something that you can see that's resonating with each one similarly? What is the most amount of can it be depression? Can it be maybe the helplessness? Because sometimes we learn how to just be helpless, right? So is it that learned helplessness, or what is it that you're seeing right now amongst your clients here in our local area?
So, what do I see, and what I can recommend? I definitely see a lot of anxiety and overwhelmed in my clients, and it's definitely I'm thinking it could be from economical reasons, because we all worry about some people worry what to cook the next day, if they're going to have enough, right? So all the stress comes from the financial, I would say, struggle.
Okay.
And and I would but some of the people that come to me, they actually are struggling with the certain events in their lives. This is why are they coming? But the trend is, we feel not enough in today's world. We think we need to do more. We need to work more, study more, and do a lot more than we think. But from access consciousness points of view, I would say we don't have to do more. Like, in a way that our mind will always create that not the safe space for us, meaning that, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. This was me several years ago, as a mother, as a wife, as even like a head of the household. We constantly thinking that we're not doing enough. So we need to ask ourselves a simple question on, what can I do today to make this day better for myself, for my children, for my husband. And we kind of need to a little bit like back up and adjust that problem, because whenever we have a problem, our body is like, oh my god, this is going to happen, and this is going to happen, and I'm gonna lose the apartment, and I'm gonna lose the car, or another hike of insurance rates, and I'm gonna lose my insurance. And so the everyday life creates lots of stress. So evaluate this, your stress, like evaluate what you can do with that, right? Because the head will tell you that you have 50 different stresses, but the truth is there is only one. Like, evaluate what you can do. So 3 steps. Here's the situation. Is there anything I can do about it? If yes, do it. If no, some situation will resolve by itself, not by doing more, but by just allowing or asking a certain asking for help. So we not tend to ask for help. I would tell you that that many clients, we want to solve problems by ourselves, and it's a good thing, it's a good mindset. But sometimes ask for help, reach out to a friend, call a friend if you in emotional distress. There is many possibilities. Even in our county, you can call the 1-800 number or call any um, new perspective possibilities to resolve the issue. And don't give up, and remember that you have the answer, that you don't even realize that. So we tend to like make a bigger problem than it is, I would say, and that creates a lot of stress for us. So I'm not sure if I can't hear you, Jeannie. I think you muted, but
What is happening? You hear me now?
okay. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
For some people that are skeptical, right, that they'll say, "Oh, you know what? I don't believe in all of that," and they want to continue their way. What would like? How do you? I don't want to say convince because we're not in the world of convincing, right? We're in the world of we have to give the right.
Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with convincing, right?
Yeah, I don't believe in convincing. We as long as we
Yes.
give the right information. So for people that are skeptical, right, and how do you approach them if you know that you're able to help them in their journey of healing, even alongside their medical advisor?
So I definitely ask them what will be appropriate thing for them. I never, so here's my body and the client's body, right? So you always wanted to ask your body, like ask yourself how you feel about that. And if you feel the light, if you feel the lightness, meaning like if you feel like something is you capable of doing something, you can do it. Your body will right away. I know some of you may think like, what are you talking about? But believe me, whatever you do in life, you're going to ask yourself that question: should I do it? Right? Should I do it? Or because of our limiting beliefs, often our body is creating a lot of resistance, and we kind of feel like, no, this is not for me. I can't do it. This is like a woo woo, or things like that. But I feel like we need to ask your body, like, how do you feel with your body? Okay, I'm going to be doing, I don't know, I'm approaching new job, I'm approaching new service, like with me, right? Is this something like, just try it, nothing will, I would say, just be open. Don't close the possibilities of other options, other healing modalities. When you stay open in life, there is more energy that flows to you. When you close your gate, when you close your body, there is less that you can receive, I think. So just with everything, try to be open. And I'm not sure if I convince you right now in what I'm saying, but try to stay open. I would say that'll be my advice.
Right. And what are the first changes that people start noticing? Like, let's say someone does decide to go and have you, maybe, do you do an assessment in the beginning? And then once that assessment is done and you start working with them, what are the first changes that they'll start noticing? Like your usual clients, what is it that they always say? Like, I notice XYZ. What is that one specific change that starts to kind of develop first?
Yeah, so the most beautiful changes are starting almost right away. So you can have one session, and this session could really open up a lot of possibilities for you. You can feel more joyful. You can feel less anxiety, having less anxiety. You can feel like during the session, your nervous system is like, whoo, I can do that. I can feel it in my body that I'm good, right? So like I mentioned, access bars is very quick process. So what it does by touching the points on the head, it slows down the energetic flows in our brain. So there is energy circuit that when I touch it, it just slows down your brain waves. So you can really feel like you can manage more. You feel like whatever was an hour before, now you have right away, you have the answer. You become aware of certain things. I told my clients that you can have a session today, you can become aware of something in a week from now, because that's how much ease your body receives, right? So yeah, so you can have immediate change. You can have the change within a week. I would recommend for someone that would like to try it once a month, once in 3 weeks, and see how you feel. So the changes are really, I would say, in an instant. I have a client who's coming every month to me, and we see how the trauma is released from her body, because the body is releasing it. You can visibly see that. The body is shaking, the body is receiving a better flow. Whenever the stuck energy show up, you can, by touching it, your body is processing it, and it's like the energetic discharges from the body. So yeah.
And I know that you were in my market, right? So a lot of people got to meet you at the Christmas market, and you do have products. What are some of the products that you have that are accessible to your clients, and how do you offer these products as part of their wellness journey? And do you offer it like in accordance with the bar as well? Or is it just a separate, like if I'm healing from you, your healing is internal, I'm going to offer products, and then you maybe gear off and not offer the products of someone that's doing bar? Or do you combine both of the systems for their healing process?
Right. So of course it depends on the person, right? Because some people knows me with my nutrition program, and some people just comes for bars.
Right.
But whenever I feel like there is some struggle internally, like I can feel a gut problem, or let's say skin issues, or some other inflammation issues, because that's the main problem nowadays. I would suggest, or I'll suggest some products to decrease the inflammation, especially the gut, the microbiome. That is so important nowadays. We all struggle with digestion, most of us, and it's because of all the glyphosate. Our crops has been sprayed with glyphosate, and as we know, the glyphosate is that chemical that causes lots of types of cancer in our body, and everything starts in the gut. So I have a product which was the third party tested to remove glyphosate in 74.5% from the gut intestines. When my clients starting taking it, the first symptoms that they have, the people with IBS, autoimmune diseases. I mean, autoimmune diseases, most of the diseases are really starting in the gut. So they right away feel like, whoa, like it's brain fog lifted off of their head. They can function better, schedule better. They can finally kind of maneuver, being a better mother, better wife. Like it's you gaining that energy that you thought you lost for good. So I recommend certain things, and of course it's always based on either the blood work, the blood test, if there is a problem with the sugar levels, right? If there is any diabetes problem or anything like that. I recommend a certain products to people getting off of their diabetes medication. That's how they regulate their sugar levels. So I'm very happy with that. I had people within 17 days, markers of HDL, like the bad cholesterol, came down 100 points from 176 to 96. So within the weeks. So there is a way to fix our gut and help our body, and it will be with the proper nutrition. So yeah. So like I said, you can do the program 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. It's totally up to you. You receive a booklet where you check off each individual day. We're going through nourishment. We're going through removal toxins. We're going through a parasite cleanse for people, because as we know, that's something that you may not know. The parasites are holding on tight to all the toxins in our body and the heavy metals. Heavy metals are everywhere. If you drink water, the chloride, the aluminum, all the other heavy metals are just kind of like parting in our body, and parasites are really love to tie into them, and they have a party together. So the first thing is to a little bit of like a gentle detox your body, and then remove the parasites from your body using the natural herbs that we have available. So I have an online a nutrition store that I may recommend to you, and I always recommend based on what you really need. Yeah.
What is the name of it? Are you able to share a little bit of what the names of the products are? And maybe what is the main product that you would say that you would recommend to everyone? What is one product that now we get up and everybody says, you know what, I'm going to go and get that one product?
Yeah.
Let's start it.
Yes, absolutely. So each product has its own value, and it does different things for your body. So the nourishing greens is the number one thing. You cannot go through any detox or anything like that. You need to nourish your body, number one. You can't go into any detox without nourishment. You first need to give it to your body the best you can to be able to later on eliminate things that you need to eliminate. So nourishing greens, that will be the power shake. The second thing that is very important is the biomedic, which is that capsule that eliminates a glyphosate from your intestines, which is a pre and probiotic. That's very important. And then you have the amino acids. Aminos that we have, there are vegan aminos. They get into your muscles within 23 minutes. And the absorption of your body is at 99%. So you can now ask any man that is looking for proteins, and they go to the gym and they're getting all this power protein shake and this and that. Guess what? If you don't get the good proteins, you may have a 30 to 40% of absorption. So the natural vegan protein that we have, they are mostly from veggie, from lentils and things like that. 99 absorption rate, and within 23 minutes, all of them are in your system, in your muscle, and they are pre-digested. What it means, pre-digested, that pre-digested proteins doesn't put any strain on your liver or kidney. So you don't have to worry about that. So that's the quickest way. It was developed by the doctor whose patients were in a coma. Wow. So when you're in a coma, you don't move your muscles, you don't do any movement basically. So it was for them not to lose their muscle weight from the body. So yeah.
Wow, that's so important. So we have I wrote them all down. So the nourishing greens, the power shake, right? The pre and probiotics, and the amino acid. And the crazy thing is that these are all natural things, right?
Absolutely. So there is
additives.
also a sleep support for all, as we know, and that's another thing you may not know. During the sleep, we eliminate a lot of things from our body. So it's very important to have a minimum of 6 hours of sleep. And we eliminate that during the night. That's why it's very important to get that good night's sleep. We lose weight during the night. We lose weight. So
I'm
if you
actually
don't
not
sleep,
I'm
yeah,
not sleeping.
we knocked yourself out. I have a perfect drink for that, which is the apothecary. Apothecary is a natural occur melatonin. It's simple organic apothecary juice, where by drinking it an hour before you go to sleep, you not only help your body sleep better, but you also help your liver to detox your liver, eliminate and all the toxins out throughout the night. So having that, you can feel really, really good. And last but not least, the product that we implement after 10 days of getting the nourishing greens is the parasite cleanse. The parasite cleanse, why on the 10th day? Because first you need to nourish your body, gentle detox your body to be able to remove all that parasites. There are, believe it or not, they are everywhere, all over our body. Even in our brain, they found some parasites. So that's important to do it. I would recommend to do the parasite cleanse twice or 3 times even a year, because we constantly eat meat or raw fish, sushi, or any other things. And the story from last weekend was we went to see my partner's mom, and she said that she had this device that was on the sink, in the sink, and there was like a little worm coming out of it. I was like, from the water.
Right.
So yeah, it's important to have a good filters, good water. And yes, there is a lot more in my nutrition store. There is a heavy metal detox entire pack. You can do that. It depends on what you really need, but I'll adjust it to the protocol. Is so simple that it's just no brainer. It takes 2 minutes to mix the shake, take your aminos and biomedic, and you free to go. You can take it with you anywhere you go and just mix it with the water. And it's pretty simple. So
Yeah, it's definitely simple things, simple ingredients, all natural. And I believe it's things that if if you are under the observance of a medical doctor, then yeah, I believe that if it's all natural, everyone can kind of accommodate that and join it together for their healing. And I know that everything you said is adding back into your foods what has been eliminated, right? So that's what's helping with the healing and the process. So Yolanda, before we leave, where can everyone find you? What is the best way? I know that on Instagram, please share your Instagram, because I feel that you share the most amazing videos that give knowledge. So I did see your melatonin one earlier today, and I was like, oh, I need to get that one. So it's good that you mentioned it as well. But I see that you post amazing videos giving this information, giving the knowledge to those that follow your page. So how can they follow you? How can they get in touch with you, and how can they call you so that they can start this program with all these amazing nutrients and vitamins that you're going to be offering them?
Yes, absolutely. I saw that you posted also my phone number and email. So absolutely, you can always contact me via email. If you want a session, you can reach out as well personally. My Instagram account is at Jolanta Więcek Murgas. It's a little bit complicated, but I hope in the comments of this live video we'll add all of the information. I would love for you to follow me on Instagram. Looking forward to have more followers and spread the word about access bars and nutrition. Yolamurgas@gmail.com, JOLAMURGAS@gmail.com. My phone number was there. But the best thing I think is just on the Access Consciousness website. So it's hard to spell, but it's www.accessconsciousness.com. You will find out more about access bars, what they can do for you, and you can find any practitioner near you by accessing this website. As far as the nutrition store, I always share the iShop Purium with me. So it's a Purium is the company Pure and Purium, Pure and Purium. That's the company I share, and I take great pride in sharing this, because this is a private owned company. It's Purium is a manufacturer and producer. Like they do everything in one facility, so no one else does the products for us but us. And so we take the great pride in having the organic, vegan, no preservatives, no fillers, no GMO. All the certifications are presented on the website, so I'm very happy about that. And yeah, and we definitely will put all the information in the comments.
Yeah. I'll definitely share it, and when I reshare the video, I'll put the information for them to get in touch with you there as well. So do send me the other information that you need me to put, and I'm more than happy to post it on there. Once again, Yolanda, thank you so much for being here today. I think that, I always say knowledge is power, and even though maybe people say, well, I'm not into that holistic state, I'm going to skip that video, or I'm going to skip this video, I feel like everything ties in together to who we are as a person today, right? So we can heal ourselves, and we can help heal others. It doesn't matter what the conversation is, right? There's always something, a nugget that we can walk away with. So I really do appreciate you for being here. If there is someone that I can recommend, definitely recommend Yolanda. She is as soft as she is spoken. She is a sweetheart, she has, right? So once again, please feel free to share the video once it's out there. Don't forget to subscribe, because this is the importance of subscribing to this network. Whenever you subscribe and you share with friends, families, and loved ones, you're giving them access to all these specialists, right? So everyone specializes in different things, and you're giving them access to that. So in the process of us interviewing them, we're giving you the information as well of how to contact them. So that's in the journey of us spreading the word, right? Spreading the word of knowledge, of healing, and power. So, and that's what we're all about here at the PA Empowerment Network. I'm Jeannie Ruz with Latin Nexus. I do host a bunch of events, and I want to bring this information to you, because I always say, you're lacking all this information. Use the information that we're together to be able to help us be a better and better person. So everyone listening, if you feel a little overwhelmed, tired, and a little bit out of balance and out of whack right now, please, once we get off the video, contact Yolanda. She'll be more than happy to give you the information that you need. And take a moment out of your crazy day, listen to your body, explore what your body is feeling, and take care of it, because it's the only one that you have. So once again, thank you so much for everyone watching. Please like, share, and do subscribe and follow. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram, Jeannie Ruz. Please follow me there. And I would love to get connected with you in an event, whether virtual or in person. So please take care. Have a wonderful new 2026, and make plans to succeed more than you did last year. Okay. Love you guys, and have an amazing evening. Bye.